are you?
I'm good. Rocking.
I think she has a bandwidth issue.
Hi, Rani. How are you?
I'm doing good, Toshiba. Ashrita?
I still cannot hear y'all properly. So sorry. Like y'all are breaking up.
No, you are perfectly audible to us. Please check.
See me? Can you all hear?
It's very broken.
We can hear you, but it is, like in bits.
Challenges. I hope you have not started live. You have started?
We'll get started now as well. Right?
Oh.
Hold on.
Yeah. Shall we start? Ashrita, are you all set?
I guess she's having some technical issues. Maybe we can get started.
Yeah, we can start.
We can get started. Yes, that's better.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's great. So, hi, Rani. How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I've had such a hectic day. You won't believe it.
What happened?
You know how it is with all this work from home and everything else and the things that you have to manage. It just takes such a toll on my back and my neck. It's been very difficult.
Oh, really? Just sit and relax. We have Soumya and Ashrita with us who will help us out as to how to de-stress ourselves and relax. Let us sit back and listen to their tips. Hi, Soumya.
Hi, Rani.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Toshiba and Rani. And I'm grateful for you guys to consider me as a guest and inviting me in this platform to discuss about yoga and how you balance yourself emotionally and mentally in general, owing to this situation as well.
Right. We are really lucky to have you, Soumya. And as a
Thank you so
yoga and
much.
mindfulness trainer and a life and a parenting coach, you bring so much focus on breathing techniques and on the holistic approach towards wellness. So we are really, really lucky to have you here. Welcome, Soumya.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Ashrita.
Hi, finally.
Nice. Okay. This is an
How are
event.
you all doing today?
We're doing good. This is an event
Great.
hosted and conducted by Vicky. Let's start.
Definitely.
Soumya will introduce.
Yeah. I'm Soumya. Primarily, I'm a life coach and a parenting coach. But I've always been passionate about yoga because yoga, in the sense, it internalizes your well-being. In general, if you do yoga or any other exercise for that matter, I would say, it actually helps you connect with your higher self in a big way. So I insist on doing some exercise. If not yoga, stick to some other exercise. But yeah, yoga helps develop your breathing capacity and connects you with your soul in many different ways.
True.
Now let's move on to Ashrita. Ashrita comes with a rich knowledge as a founder of ZenYogaShala. She teaches Hatha, Vinya, and Yin Yoga. She also specializes in aqua, aerial, and acro yoga. She is a sound and healing therapist. She uses yoga to help people who have dealt with trauma. She also collaborates with corporates and conducts sessions for them. Welcome on board, Ashrita.
Hi,
We,
everyone. It's so nice to be here today.
Thank you.
we at Wiki are really lucky to have both of you at our session today.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to us.
Thank you. Yes.
Wiki is a national business chamber for women which focuses on empowering women by its presence over 120 countries with 250,000 members. Wiki Karnataka HR Council is an amazing initiative by Shika Gupta and Shilpa Pruthi. They identified and gathered accomplished women from various organizations and different walks of life. They have come together to create a platform and make a difference.
Wiki does weekly themed events, and this week our theme is yoga, and therefore we've invited both of you to be our esteemed panelists to talk about yoga and overall wellness. So, welcome again, and with that, we're going to start with our discussion.
I'm sure all are eagerly waiting for the tips, for some insights from you. Let's start with Soumya. Soumya would like to understand how and when did yoga become such an integral part of your life?
I think it's way back in 2008-9. It's almost 14 years I've been practicing yoga. So it has become one with me. So without that daily practice, I may not identify myself. And also the general well-being which I have experienced in terms of external as well as internal well-being. So I don't think you get anything in return, and it's very simple. You don't need a big space. You just need a mat and a room. The expectation of yoga is not you don't need a big. You don't have to go to the gym. You can do it at home. So
Yeah.
it's very simple. That actually created a discipline in me, a lot of discipline in me. That is how it helped me. Last 14 years have been a beautiful journey with yoga.
Nice to know that.
My question is for Ashrita. A lot of people do the breathing exercises along with the asanas, but they don't do breathing
Yes.
separately. So, do you recommend for people to do separate breathing exercises and then also the asanas and the breathing around that time? Or is it just okay when they do it together?
Yeah. So generally, when I do a class, it's actually better to do breathing exercises separately, starting off with pranayama. So that's how I start a class. I generally start my classes with pranayama and then go into some stretches, a few stretches to get into those asanas. And when you're doing these asanas, it is very important to breathe. So when you're doing these breathing exercises and having these breathing techniques on prior, then it becomes a lot more easier to maneuver these asanas. So even as I'm doing these asanas, I keep telling all my clients that whenever they are bending forward or whenever they are trying to get into an asana, the deeper the breaths, the better. The deeper the asana as well. The deeper the asana that you try to push into. So it is very important to do it separately as well, and also along with the asana. Also, when you're meditating, also it's very good to know how to breathe, because there are a few people who can also breathe wrong. It's also a thing where when you inhale, you're supposed to be actually, your body's supposed to expand completely. So your stomach is supposed to come out, your chest comes out. But what we do is we are conscious of, our bodies, so we keep everything in. So whether we are inhaling or exhaling, sometimes what happens is we're so conscious that we keep everything in. So it
I agree
helps to,
with
like,
that's right.
yeah.
I agree with Ashrita
So,
because when a child breathes, it's different than by the time it turns adult, your breathing is completely reversed than what it actually
yeah,
has to be. So
yeah,
I strongly believe if you breathe properly, your state of mind is better. So that's a
yes,
connection between yoga and the emotional thing.
Oh,
yeah,
That's a lovely insight, and thank you
It's
for
a
doing
beautiful
that.
connection actually.
Yeah.
Your physiology actually is directly proportional to the state of mind. So if your physiology isn't
yeah,
right, your state of mind is better.
is that the
correct.
reason they say when you're tense, take a deep breath?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Here I ask you to sit like this or something. You can actually correlate with the state of mind of a person's physiology. If he's confidently coming, you can see how he's in a very good state of mind. Now, if you
Okay.
yeah,
see four of us, we are in a very good state of mind. We are really confident in ourselves and also the environment. But if you are just sad, you understand, you really go and ask, what is the problem? Is something bothering you? So, breathing, your physiology is directly proportional.
There's a
Very
close
close
connection
connection.
with emotion and breathing.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's not different from your body, physiological body. So it's everything is connected.
yeah.
Okay. Um, Given to understand that diet has become the trend of the day, just wanted to understand: do you recommend diet changes if somebody wants to do yoga regularly?
I feel yes,
Yes.
because
Yeah,
it
even I feel yes.
keeps your body lighter, and you're able to, as Ashita said, you're able to maneuver around the asanas.
Yeah.
And it also, if your diet is light, there's less water retention in your body, and it actually you feel motivated to do yoga when your body is light. That's why they say you do
Yeah.
yoga when in empty stomach. It's advised in
Yeah.
empty stomach. Also, the breathing exercise, you need at least 4 hours of fasting. So that makes sense. So it's
Yeah.
pretty easier when you do yoga and your body is lighter. Your performance becomes 100%.
Okay.
Like even for me, I have an example of myself itself. So when I used to practice yoga even before I went for my teacher's training and got certified to be an instructor. So when I mean I used to practice before, so I used to eat everything. I used to eat non-veg, I used to eat vegetarian, I used to eat seafood, whatever it is. But when I went for my yoga teacher's training, I had only a sattvic diet. I could only follow this sattvic diet, and there was nothing else given to me. And we were advised, I mean, we could go outside and eat what we wanted, but we were advised not to have any dairy products, not to have any tea or coffee, not to have, any kind of meat per se, just for those 30 days. You could have it later if you want, but that's again the thing. You need to balance it out for yourself, know what your body needs, and that is where it, like for me, it is a complete mind body soul experience. Like whatever you can put in your mouth, you can use it on your skin. So like that's another topic altogether. Like I wouldn't, I do use other products, but I would love to, like I use products where, like for example, for a detan I can use tomato to do, like detan myself instead of buying something off the shelf. So that's the thing, like with nutrition as well, it changes from
Yeah.
the different exercises you're doing and things like that. So I was on this complete sattvic diet, which helped me focus and bring about a different like a different bodily function altogether for myself. The amount I was able to push myself for those 30 days were crazy. Like I came back another person. Like everybody was asking, "What happened to you? Like, are you fine? Like, what did like you left something behind?" So
In
yeah,
fact, yoga also advises fasting. They say fasting
yeah,
is very, at least once a week you fast. So
Right.
that
yeah,
you're just detoxifying. It goes the same thing. You load your body less, the same way you load your mind less.
true,
Your-
yeah,
More plant-based, so more plant-based, low sodium kind of a
yeah.
diet is what is
Yes. Yeah.
encouraged.
Yeah.
Right.
It
Now another
also
yeah,
it
sorry,
also goes back to our roots, where like our elders follow this ekatsi, that is like
Yeah.
they keep fasting.
Every 50
So
yeah.
definitely there is
yeah,
this connection, and like we use it in a modern way, but the
Exactly.
roots are definitely there, and it's
Yeah.
much healthier. Yeah.
In fact, a lot of gynecologists, a lot of lady doctors have been recommending yoga as a preferred form of exercise, and this is something I'd love to hear from both of you. As a woman who is at that stage where now the crossover is going to happen, yoga is somehow advocated by the doctors the most. I would maybe want Soumya to start and then Arshita also to add to it. Why is it that yoga is recommended over other
Now,
forms of exercise?
if you see, teenagers are having PCOS and PCOD. So
Right.
there's something a really matter of concern. Okay, if you pick up ten teenagers, at least 5 or 6 have this gynecological issues. So
Correct.
Yeah.
yoga helps a lot of blood circulation towards the reproductive organs. Many asanas are actually designed for that. Many asanas are designed for attending the gynecological problems and also towards focusing towards your pelvis area. So, if you do yoga regularly and if the blood circulation in that area is better, so your hormones are functioning in a better way, and you can reverse those problems. That's the reason they are. And if you see menopausal women, they have a lot of mood swings going on. There's a lot of water retention. There's a lot of craving. So that is the reason they have been advised for actually helping. It's only managing. Everything is management. So how you manage those stages.
Okay. That's
Okay.
interesting. Ashita, your inputs?
So for me, see, I would say the more it helps the woman open up their pelvic region. It really helps with, you know, getting those muscles ready to push out the baby, and getting the whole reproductive system, as Soumya said, ready to push out for the baby. And also everything is more healthier in that sense, because yoga in a form, it is actually twisting and turning and stretching, and also, like, for example, being upside down. If you learn to do the headstand, then you don't have to. It's like a natural Botox journey, like, you know so you don't have to go for a Botox session or anything. Like, there are, like, pregnant women itself who have who do sirsasana and things like that, because it is a lot more. I mean, they've been doing it. I mean, a person who's a beginner can't do it, but there are women who have been doing these asanas for a long time and practicing yoga for a long time. It helps to be always, so that even the baby is getting that kind of movement. The baby is also getting that stretch inside and moving around, and there is a lot more. It gets easier even for the baby to turn and for the head to come down and be prepared to come out as well. So these things need to. This really helps with pregnancy, pre-pregnancy, post-pregnancy, even during pregnancy, but only up till a certain semester. But beyond that, it would be advised. Like, I don't think a woman can do too much of yoga as well. But beyond that certain semester, probably after the second, trimester. But yeah, these few things will help uh, for a pregnant woman as well. It really, really helps.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for that insight. I didn't know about the natural Botox parts. That's something I've learned today. That's really good.
Yeah, yeah. Even if you can do it against the wall, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to have core strength and things like that. You can do it against the wall and then slowly try to get off the wall. And it really helps because, see, think of it as you're standing on your feet all your life. Okay, so I'm almost 30 now. So for 30 years of my life, I've been standing on my feet. But it all of a sudden, I do a headstand and there's blood rush, right? As soon as you're on your head, you have blood rush. So to be on your head for a longer time, even all your body parts, your liver, your kidney, all of these things are also turning upside down, and they're receiving pressure on the other side as well. So even inside your body, so whatever gunk is there, whatever is all stuck inside, is also getting a good mix, and it's all getting flushed out at the end with all the other
Actually, reversing the
asanas and
gravity.
twisting.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's a nice way of explaining it. No wonder why the
Yeah.
feet don't wrinkle and the face wrinkles.
That's a good one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Soumya, had to add something to this? You wanted to add
No,
something to
I
this?
told you, we feel, see, the approach to yoga is not difficult. Okay, you
Yeah.
have every pose for every stage of life, and everything is
Yes.
beneficial. So that's the beauty of yoga. So it's very simple. Even if you are 60, you can go and start with yoga. You can't. Problem is with women, we say now at this age, there's a question mark. You start doubting yourself. So I think just take the first step. Go towards it. It's
Yeah.
not difficult. And you don't
Yeah.
underestimate your body and mind. Never underestimate.
Yeah.
You don't know the
Yeah.
capacity of your body, you don't know the capacity of your mind. You're clueless about it.
True.
So just
True.
take the
True.
first step.
Right. Yeah. Um, there's also this concept of family yoga nowadays, which we hear. Just to share with you a small incident, like how Toshiba mentioned that Vicky has a calendar of events, and in context to the International Yoga Day, which is on 21st of June, we have got you speakers and on board. Similarly, we were having some activities, and a 10-year-old kid, Sanvi, she did some Surya Namaskar, and she's practicing it now. And she had shared it, and it was so nice to know that, and not she alone, she pulls her siblings as well as parents to do with her. So, like, just wanted to understand what tips can you give? Sometimes, not all families are similar. Some of them may agree for it, some may not. So, what tips could you give to get everyone, into the system?
So um, I would say that there are different kinds of yoga. Like I teach a lot of kinds of yoga. So I would say for families, it would be nice to do some acro yoga, like the father and daughter, mother and son, or either which ways, mother and daughter as well. So it does help to co-engage with each other and challenge each other when it comes to your strength and things like that. And also so acro yoga is more where you're trusting it, you're developing trust also with this person. So and it helps, right? Since you're family, obviously your son or daughter is not going to think that, okay, my mom's going to drop me on my head. So it is a thing of trust as well. And you inbuilt this formation of trust in your son, daughter, whoever it is, and you're at the same time challenging each other and trying to make each other better. So acro yoga is one way to go about it, I would say. Soumya, anything that you would like to add in?
What I would say, when you start doing yoga, anyway, children will get motivated seeing your energy levels because they like that
Yeah.
energy. And you are really building some subconscious habits in them that, yes, I need to do. So this is a
Yeah.
habit building exercises. So children are watching you, so they are learning good things. So
Right.
I would say you do that. So we anchor. if you are
Exactly.
sitting if you are
Exactly.
sitting and you are relaxing, so
Right.
so you can't expect them to do it.
In fact, with a lot
Correct.
of work from home that is happening, I think nowadays kids can pick up from their parents.
Exactly.
But with a lot of work from home, what is the ideal time during the day you would recommend someone should do yoga? What is the time of the day, and what is the duration that someone should do yoga, like a minimum of 20 or 30 minutes, whatever? I think I would ask Ashrita, and then Soumya could add to it.
So I would say you could either start your day with it before you start, like before you log in to work. You can start your day with it. Probably even if you're a beginner, you can just start with 20 minutes, extend it to 30 minutes, and then 45, and then 1 hour maybe, and add in this whole difference of doing some pranayama. Just sit down in like calm, quiet place, like for 5 to 10 minutes. That itself will make such a big difference. To just sit down quietly without being on your phone, without having to look at a screen. You can just close your eyes, or you can just, if you have a terrace, you can go sit and just look at the clouds and start off like that and then with a little bit of movement. There are so many YouTube videos. There are so many places that you can find all these classes, and you can also come to me. Yeah, and I will also help you, understand and how to get into this whole, setup where you can slowly get this right for yourself. And it is just a lot of, you just have to stay true to it. You just have to push yourself to do it. And once you get yourself, like, just roll out that mat, and that's all you need to do. Once you do that for about 20 to 30 days straight, I think it's automatically just going to come to you.
Right,
True.
right. Soumya?
I would second with her, but morning is the best time to do yoga because throughout the day your planning is better. You are in a better state of
Yeah.
mind because you already started your day in a very positive note. But many are actually having a dinner late night. They don't get enough sleep, so they can also do a yoga in the evening time. So at least there's an energy build up, and for maintaining an active life, at least you have that you have done something. You're not lethargic.
Correct.
But
Yeah.
ideal time is morning, starting with just sitting. Sitting is what she said is right. Just sit, because morning you are more connected to your subconscious mind. You connect yourself
Yeah.
very well because there are less thoughts in your mind in the morning. It's the best part.
Yeah.
Part of it to connect.
Agreed.
Okay. Since you have told us like how to start, the simple tips, also would like to understand one or two asanas, what you would suggest, because you are expertise in the field, but for a beginner or for somebody who is starting fresh, couple of asanas which are simpler, but at the same time they can practice it on a regular basis.
Yeah, sure. So I will tell you all. Do you want me to show you all a few asanas that you all can do?
Sure.
I think that will be helpful, Ashmita.
Okay, so I will show you all a few asanas. So this is with regard to the people who are sitting at home and working from home. I know you're looking at the screen and working a lot. Like, it's either your laptop screen or either it's your phone screen. And even if you have to unwind, then it's again, your TV or something like that. So it helps to give your eyes some rest. And sometimes, if you're looking at a screen a lot, it can also, this blurry vision, spotted vision can also take place.
Yeah.
So the first thing I would like y'all to do is for y'all to close your eyes, squeeze the eyes tightly, and then slowly open it. And then close again, and then rotate the eyes as it's closed, rotate the eyeballs clockwise and then anti-clockwise. So you can do that 5 times each. And then there is another exercise where you can keep both your hands on either side. You're looking from right to left. So this also will help with your alignment of the eyes as well. And then from up to down as well. So you can keep your hand up and down, but don't move your head. Without moving your head, you need to look up and down. And then you can also do side to side. So side to side is, so I explain it as trying to look at a flight landing and then a flight taking off. So you can do it either which way. And then there are another few asanas for the neck and to release. So what happens generally when people are sitting and working on a desk, they tend to slouch. They tend, like, their shoulders tend to hurt. And also, they have a lot of, like, every time we are anxious or angry or feel any kind of emotion in that intensity, we do, like, have a lot of, we do keep it all here at the back. So as much as we hold things in our heart, we do also hold these kind of tensions on our back, which we don't realize. So when you're sitting, it's very important to open up the chest, roll open the chest. So these are a few exercises to do, where you can, roll open the chest slowly. And so I'm just gonna adjust yes, your little, hold on. Yeah. So sit up straight. Make sure, first of all, you all are sitting on your sit bones. And when you're sitting on your sit bones, by what I mean is, I want you to lift the butt cheeks up. So sometimes people sit on their tailbone, and that's why we go back like that. So sitting up straight is a problem. So what you can do is also use a pillow, or you can use a yoga block. if you all have heard of it, where you can place it right underneath the buttocks. Even if you're sitting on a chair, it's okay. You don't have to sit on the floor. But once you're sitting on it, lift up the sit bones and make sure you're sitting on the block completely flat. So then you feel your buttocks on the side, and then bring both your hands up. So you can do some shoulder rotations. So you can shoulder rotate forward and back also, both sides. And then also neck rotations. So bringing the crown of your head to the right, holding it down, because this will help stretch the left side completely. And then bringing the crown of your head to the left and hold it down. And then, so we stretched out both the sides. Now bring both the fingers in together and bring your chin down towards the chest and hold down here. So the crown of the head, you're going to press over here so that this chin is getting pushed against your chest. So this will help extend the back of your neck. So, and again, as you're doing this, take in deep breaths. The deeper you breathe, the deeper the stretch you feel, and the better you feel because it relaxes all these muscles behind on your shoulder blades and also where your stress-related nodules are. So, and then another one is extending the front of your neck. So push your chin up and again count 5 breaths. So you can do that with me. Breathe in and out. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Come back to center. Perfect. Yeah. So all this sides will also open up. Another twist is you can twist to your right. So try to make sure that your right shoulder is in line with the chin. So you're looking to your right. So even if your chin is not coming back completely, it's okay. You can just still look to your right and then to the left. So you're twisting your nape of the neck as well. So this will help you release all these muscles, the neck muscles, all the neck stress that you're sitting and working and, slouching. So this will help open up. And also another thing to do is using the brick as you're lying down. So this is possible only when you are sleeping and getting up, or when, in the morning or in the evening. I would advise to do it at both times if you have the time, which really helps with making sure that you have a straight back and you're sitting up straight throughout the day, because this is what changed me. And this yoga block, or you can use a pillow right behind your shoulder blades and lie down on it. Lie down completely flat. So it helps open up your chest and helps bring in your shoulder blades, which helps you align as well. And this whole thing will help you sit up straight and be very aware of your posture during the whole time.
Even if you're
So,
sitting and working at home, you can actually fold a Turkish towel and sit on the shins bone, because we don't do it. We become like this, and there is a curve which is happening on your lumbar spine, and there is a lot of stress in the discs. So pushing your abs down and then your shoulders back and sitting makes a big difference. Again, I'll correlate that with your thought process. The moment you sit right, you think right. So it's directly proportional. You take better decisions when you sit right.
Like, it's very important to just notice certain things, like, ears, the shoulders away from the ears. Make sure that your shoulders are down, because the more your shoulders are up, then you're anxious. Like, these are things that you can, relate to and also see in another person. So it's just that whole sense of relaxation to just find amongst yourself, be aware of it rather.
So here nowadays we hear a lot of these buzzwords of popular yoga themes that people come out with. I don't want to name anybody in particular. There's also this whole fast yoga, slow yoga. So I'll start with Soumya, and I would want to hear Arshita's point as well, that do we do our asanas or our postures fast, our poses fast? Is that effective? Or do we do them slowly? Is that effective? What would you recommend is the ideal speed or pace, and what has most impact on the body?
Yoga is directly proportional to the more you're slowing your asanas, the better the results, because It's not cardio. If you want cardio, you better go and run. So yoga, you have to sync with your breathing. The more you're slow, the better your breathing capacity is, the better you breathe. So every pose needs some time in stretching. How you stretch and how you breathe is what the yoga focuses more on. So it's my opinion. So in my opinion, I think the slower the better.
I completely agree. But at the same time, I would say that there are different kinds where, like power yoga, yin yoga. So how I would differentiate it is with power yoga, I would have more powerful poses, asana poses, and with yin yoga, have little more easier flows. So yin is a little more restorative kind of yoga for people who have arthritis, for people who have a bad back. The L4, L5 disc regions have got, if they have any slip disc or any of that kind. So these things are related to yin yoga. But people who want to lose weight, who want not lose weight, but stay toned, because yoga is something that you cannot, like maybe if you're doing it for a long amount of time, you do lose weight, but it's more to stay toned, to stay balanced with your weight issues, and to maintain weight rather. So this really helps with maintaining that weight, and there is power yoga, hatha yoga, yin yoga, but yeah, it is of a different it is a little fast, little slow, but not too much, it's not too extremes. It is, the slower you go, the better. Even if it's ashtanga, even if it's hatha, whether it's yin, it is a little bit more slower, the better. But when you come to like power yoga and a little more, you come to a little more hectic asanas, then where you're twisting and turning more, and doing a lot more with related to hand strength and things like that, like conditioning and strengthening exercises also with regard to your yoga.
Your own body weight. You're actually managing your own body weight with yoga.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the beauty of yoga.
Yeah.
That's
That's the point.
That's the beauty.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see that if in case we cannot lift our own body weight, why do we go to the gym and lift other weight? I don't see that, but I used to say that, but now I realize that it does help to lift. So what I do is I also do yoga with weights. So while I'm doing these different asanas, I am also lifting 2 kgs. Like example, if I'm doing the Trikonasana, I'm lifting your 2 kg up here, or your 1 kg, or how much ever you can hold. Even if it's just like a water bottle filled with water, and I don't feel like lifting weights too much today, so then I use a water bottle or a 1 kg or a 2 kg. So that also helps with developing strength.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, but also alignment has to be followed. Alignment has to be followed. Otherwise, then that can go completely wrong.
Injure yourself very badly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That everyone has to be careful, because a little bit here and there, and then your bones and everything could result. Since both of you have devoted so much time and energy to this and really built careers around this, yoga as a career, what kind of advice do you have for those who would like to follow in your footsteps and make a career out of yoga? I would start with Soumya and would want to hear Ashrita's inputs as well.
I think Ashita is the best person to answer. I am not building a career in
All right.
He already has a good career.
Ashita, we'll start with you then.
So yeah, if you want to really start a career in yoga, then I would say first you should try and do it yourself. See if you can stay committed to it first. And if you are really passionate and committed towards yoga, then you can go in and do your 200-hour training. And it is quite a lot. It is pretty intense. So you really have to know or be a little bit more flexible, be a little bit more raw with your strength as well, because you need all of that. And that's why I say you need to practice before you go for your training. you really need to see if this is really something that you want to do for the rest of your life, or even practice it for yourself. If you just want it, training separately as well is different. But to start a career, it would help to have a 200-hour certificate and then a 300-hour certificate. If you can do that together, also getting a 500-hour certification. But yeah, it is pretty intense, but you have to, like, if you're really serious and focused with it, you can go forward and do both together. And after that, there are a few other things to follow in play. And it also depends on your marketing. It depends on your, after you've become a teacher, then it depends on how you teach, and the way that what you bring together in your class. Like example for me, it is a whole body experience. Like, it's to do with your mind, it's to do with the soul, it's to do with the body as well. For me, it's more of a lifestyle than me just teaching yoga. It is all I do, yes. But at the same time, I'm happy that I do have people who support me just in case I don't do well on a certain month. Then, I do have somebody to support me. But on the other hand, if you really need to push it in the business way, then you really need to get your marketing done right, your website, and things like that set up for you. So that will really help. And sooner or later, there are a few courses after that as well that you can do to get yourself to register as a school, and then you can also start teaching then after that and training people. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
So
It's quite
yeah, hopefully I should start teaching this year. I should start training people this year, and I am planning to open up a school also. Hence ZenYogaShala, and hopefully I should have a few people to train before this year ends.
excellent. So,
Yoga per se is quite a deep subject.
Yes.
The time what we have, I think we've really covered a lot of it. Um, my question to you, Soumya, quickly, could you let us know what are the three main qualities as a teacher or as an instructor that you have or you look into yourself when you have to teach or when you have to instruct someone?
Patience.
Uh-huh.
Because people coming to you are in a different level and you are in a different level. So patience comes the most. Patience, empathy, and humility. These are the three key. That's it. Simple.
Okay.
So, so you have to understand where is he coming from and where that person is coming from and what are his problems.
Yes.
Because once knowledge comes arrogance. Because you
Yeah.
feel that
Yes.
you are greater than the subject itself. So
True.
being humble and being patient and understanding the needs of the other person is more important than what you know and what you can offer to that person.
True. Very well said, Soumya. Thank you.
So I really feel that this was such wonderful insights, and I didn't want time to kind of come to an end, the session to come to an end, because of how nicely you've explained a lot of these things that we kind of carried with us and didn't know much about. And Ashrita, all the little poses that you showed us were fantastic. I definitely feel so much better now. I think I'm going to start with my yoga practice starting today. So thank both of you for joining
Thank you
us.
so much.
And from the entire
Thank you.
HR team, thank you so much. And hope to stay connected with both of you and hope to have you guys back again.
Thank you so
Sure.
much.
I
Namaste.
would
Thank you.
love to. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
We do have more questions from our viewers. We will be sharing it through email. Kindly revert to that
Okay.
and they shall take it forward. We shall share it with them. So we will
Surely.
share those
Okay.
questions with both of you. Thank you so very much for being so patient enough and answering all our questions and helping us know more about yoga.
Thanks so much, Nani.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks,
you. Have a
Ashrita.
great
Thanks.
day.
We
Thank you.
also we also thank Vicky Karnataka for giving us an opportunity to host such an amazing event. Signing off, Rani Srinivas.
And Toshiba Tiwari. Have a good
Thank
evening,
you.
ladies.